Hello everyone, my name is Damru Kunjam. I am a student of SOP. So now I am going to explain about feedback page of my project. So my project name is Student Personal Hub. I already said. So first, this is UI of HTML code of my project. This is only on HTML version. It has field for name, email, feedback type and ratio, and also feedback message, and last is submit button. Without CSS it looking some basics. So now this is final styled version. I added the colors, navigation buttons, and introduction box, this one, and also style feedback form, this. So of this code, this is code of feedback page of HTML code, and this is CSS code, where I first of all I use universal selector, where I set margin and padding to 0, and used box sizing, border box, to control the spacing and sizing. And in body, I styled the body with a light blue background. I also used flex box with column direction, and after that, main for the main section I used flex one. This this helps the content take the available space and keep the footer at the bottom. And next is adding first. For the main heading I used a black background and white text color, uh, mono monospace font monospace font and 40 pixel font size used, and also used flex box to center it. Here the feedback title is certain and easy to see. And next is navigation section, navigation part. For the navigation bar I use flexbox to keep the links into one row, and I centered them and added a 20 pixel gap. For the links I used a black background and white text color, and padding and fixed width and around the corners. Here, this makes them look like buttons. That's why I use that type. And for over in navigation bar, I also added over for over effect. When I move the mouse over a link, its color changes. It becomes slightly bigger, and shadow appears. And next is introduction box. For the introduction box I used fixed width and height, and auto margin, border around corners, padding and background color, and also box shadow. Here the introduction is inside a clean box, And next is feedback form. This is important of this page, most important of this page. The main part of this page is the feedback form. I give the form a fixed width and centered it using auto margin, and I added light blue background color and border and rounded corners, box box shadow and padding. This gives the form enough space and make it organized and easy to use. And next is label. I used the same style for the input field and select box and text area. I used 100% width padding borders and rounded corners and a light blue background color. This keeps all the mm, field clean and consistent. Next is this one is feedback type. For the feedback type I use box select box, and the users can choose any option and it styled matches the other fields. And next is rating. For the rating section the user can choose option like excellent, good, average or poor. I added spacing and a larger font size to make them easy to see. And next is check for checkbox. This one for the what you like section I used checkbox with some spacing and a larger font size. This this makes the options easy to read, like you can see that type. Again we go in code. So last is button. In button I used for submit with a fixed size and rounded corners, borders and corners pointers. I also added some margin at the top. And for the buttons I used I, over effect to the button. When I move the mouse over it, the color change and buttons become slightly bigger. And in last, finally I added the media query for screens smaller than 800 pixel. The navigation changes from a row to a column, so the page works better on smaller screens. As I make the screen is smaller than navigation links move into a column. So this is my final feedback page. So thank you.